Hi class, Mrs. Howland here, and today we're going to classify shapes based on their defining attributes. Let's get started. Before getting started on our example, here are some things that we know that we should review. First, we have a side, which is any line segment used to form a shape. Then we have a straight side, which is a line with no curves. And last, we have a corner, where two lines meet. Using what we know, let's start our example. Number 1 says circle the shapes that have 5 straight sides. By reading the question, we know that we are looking for 5 straight sides, which means they are going to have no curves. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight sides. 1 curved side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight sides again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight sides. So for question 1, we have 1, 2, 3 shapes having 5 straight sides. Let's start number 2. Circle the shapes that have no straight sides. So this is almost the opposite as number 1. Here we have a triangle with straight sides. Here we have a circle with no straight sides. And another. This shape has a curve but also a straight side, so we would not be able to count this shape. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides. Here we have a curve and no straight sides. Here we have 4 straight sides. And lastly, no straight sides. So for number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shapes that have no straight sides. Number 3 is a little bit different. It's asking to circle the shapes where every corner is a square corner. Now, what do we mean by a square corner? Well, a square corner is exactly how it sounds. If you can make a small square within the corners, then it is a square corner. These 3 would be examples of square corners. If I were to try to make a square in this corner, it's not quite exactly a square. And here we have a circle which has no corners, so we know that's not going to work. And our question says to circle the shapes where every corner is a square corner. So we have our first shape, which has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, and they are all square corners. Our second shape is a circle, which we know has no corners. Our third shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 square corners. And our other shape only has the 1 square corner, so we cannot count this one either. Good job! Let's see if we can identify some shapes in a little bit different ways. In this example, we are asking how many corners and straight sides does each of the shapes below have? Remember to use what we know about a side, a straight side, and a corner to answer the question. Starting with A, we can see that we have a triangle. Let's count the corners where the two lines meet. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 corners. Now let's count the straight sides. 1, 2, 3. There are also 3 straight sides. Moving on to B, we have a rhombus. Let's count the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's count the straight sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our last shape, shape C, is a circle, which we know does not have any corners or straight sides. Do you feel like you're starting to get the hang of things? Let's try a little bit more and see how you do. This time we are going to look at the sides and corners of the shapes in each row. Part A says to cross off the shape that does not have the same number of sides and corners. So we are looking for the one that does not have the same number of sides and corners. Let's start with our triangle. In looking at the sides, we have 1, 2, 3 sides, and corners we have 1, 2, 3. The triangle does have 3 sides and 3 corners. This triangle for sides has 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 corners. We won't cross this triangle off either because it has the same number of sides and corners. Here we have a square, which has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. And our fourth shape has 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 corners. So it looks like they all have the same number of sides and corners. Part B is going to be a little bit different. It says to cross off the shape that does not have the same kind of corners as the other shapes. So this time we are not looking at the sides, we are only looking at the corners of the shapes below. Looking at our first shape here, we can see that it has square corners. Do you remember the square corners from our first example? If you can make a square in the corner, it's a square corner. Let's look at the rest of our shapes. Can you make square corners in the other shapes? Is this a square corner? No, that is not a square corner. Hopefully this extra practice has helped you classifying your shapes with sides and corners. Thanks for watching. See you next time.